animal friends, and welcome to AGS Storytime. My name's Janine, and this little nugget is Bunny. She's a 5-month-old puppy, and she's available for adoption at the Humane Educational Society. She is silly and sweet and playful and going to make someone a wonderful pet and new member of their family. So Bunny is joining us for story time today because our story is a lot about a new puppy and who that puppy meets along the way. Our story is called Pablo Puppy's Search for the Perfect Person. And it is written and illustrated by Sheila Hamanaka. Are you going to come back for story time? Come on. No, it's hot out today, so she's panting a little bit, but that's because she's been running around and being a silly girl, too. Alright. Pablo was lucky. He was a homeless puppy, but a kind person took him to an animal shelter. Right there. It was full of cats and dogs who had no home. Pablo was nervous. A man dressed in green put him in a kennel. Yes, sweet. That is sweet, girl. There, Pablo met Natasha. She was big and old and very sad. Why are you sad? Asked Pablo, who was happy just to find a friend. Finding a friend is like finding a pot of gold. Natasha sighed. Lots of people come here to find a dog friend, she said, but many of them want a little puppy. Nobody wants an old dog like me. And if you make one mistake, some people will just throw you away. That's not very nice, said Pablo. Well, I hope you find a perfect person, said Natasha. I will, thought Pablo. I know I will. There's little Pablo, and there's Natasha. Look at her beautiful, beautiful big eyes. What does a perfect person look like? Asked Pablo. Perfect people come in all colors, said Natasha. Some are young, some are old. Some walk fast and some walk slowly. Some carry canes and some roll around in chairs with big wheels. Perfect people make sure their dog friends get exercise. What's exercise? Asked Pablo. Is that something you eat? Oh no, said Natasha. It's long walks and toys that are tossed. Perfect people love to play. That's why perfect people are often children. Would you like a child of your very own? And what does a perfect person sound like? Asked Pablo. A perfect person knows a dog has excellent hearing. So perfect people never shout. And they will never ever hit you, said Natasha. Some speak to you in English, some speak to you in Spanish, or Chinese, or Swahili, or hundreds of other languages. Do people speak dog? Asked Pablo. Perfect people know that dogs speak with their whole body, said Natasha. This little girl does. Come here, you. Yes, she speaks with her whole body. I call dogs like that wiggle butts, when their whole butt wiggles, when their tail's wagging. What do you think, huh? Do you like the story? So far. All right. Pablo's stomach started to growl. I think your tummy's talking to us, said Natasha. I'm hungry, said Pablo. person will feed a puppy like you 4 times a day. 4 times, asked Pablo. That's perfect. And what about when I grow up? 2 times a day, replied Natasha. It's best to stay trim. What about water? Pablo asked. Well, a perfect person will give you a separate bowl of perfectly clean water, fresh, every day, Natasha told him. And puppies get lots of safe toys to chew on, and lots of treats. Perfect people use treats to reward for good manners. Come here, you little perfect puppy. Come here, you little perfect puppy. Yes, hello. Pablo was getting sleepy, and he snuggled next to Natasha. Tell me more, he said, yawning. A perfect person gives you a bed. An old folded blanket will do. But sometimes beds are fancy. Something tiny jumped off Pablo, a flea. That reminds me, said Natasha, a perfect person will brush you every day. And sometimes they will give you a bath. Pablo was amazed. A perfect person has a lot to do, he said. Why would they do it? Because they are kind, said Natasha, and full of love. Love, said Pablo. He wasn't sure what it was, but he thought he loved Natasha. She was so kind to him. Yes, love, said Natasha. Love means taking a puppy out many times a day, even in the rain. Or the snow? Yes, said Natasha. A perfect person will take a puppy outside right after the puppy wakes up, or eats, or finishes playing. And every time a puppy goes potty outside, a perfect person gives the puppy a treat. You know what treats are, don't ya? You know what treats are. What if I have an accident? Pablo asked. Don't worry, said Natasha. A perfect person will never yell at you or hit you if you make a mistake. That's good, said Pablo. I get scared when people yell. A perfect person knows that no one is really perfect, said Natasha. The dogs in the shelter began to bark. People are coming. Pablo hid between Natasha's legs and peeked out. Would he find the perfect person? Look at that cute puppy, said a woman. He's too small, replied the man in a loud voice. They kept walking. Next came a boy and his mother. Look at that cute puppy, exclaimed the boy. Oh no, said the mother. If a puppy had an accident on my new rag, I would scream. Natasha was glad when they walked on. She liked Pablo, and she didn't want to see him leave. Next came a little girl and her grandmother. Look at that cute puppy, the little girl said. Puppies are a lot of work, said the grandma. Will you feed him 4 times a day? Yes, said the little girl. Will you brush him every day? Yes, said the girl. And will you take him outside to go potty many times a day, even in the rain? Asked the grandmother. Yes, said the girl. And in the snow too. The grandmother looked deep into the girl's eyes. And most important of all, she said, do you promise never to yell at the puppy or hit him, even if he makes a mistake? Yes, said the girl, who was very wise. She knew that all puppies make mistakes, just like children do. Of course, it will costs money to take the puppy to the veterinarian for checkups, said the grandmother. I will make cookies and sell them at a bake sale to help out, said the girl. Perfect, said the grandmother. Pablo was excited. He had found the perfect person. The man in the green took Pablo out of his kennel so he could meet the girl. He wagged his tail and licked his hand. There they are meeting. Pablo looked back at Natasha. She looked very, very sad. Suddenly, Pablo understood why. He was going to have to leave Natasha. Then the girl said, "The puppy's friend looks very sad." "Yes," said the grandmother. "Dogs have feelings too. She's going to miss her friend." "Grandma," said the little girl, "can we?" "Well," said the grandmother, thinking it over. She knew that adopting a dog was a really big decision because a dog friend is a friend forever. "Yes, I need a friend who will take long, slow walks with me. I think I have found the perfect dog." Oh my gosh. So the little girl adopted Pablo and Grandma adopted Natasha. So they got to go home together. What a sweet story. Oh my gosh. So this is Doris, and Doris is a sweet senior girl. She's about 10 years old, and she's also waiting for her forever home. Isn't she pretty? She's very sweet. She loves everyone, and she especially loves to play fetch. She loves a tennis ball, probably more than life itself. So if you're looking for an older dog that still has a little spunk, this girl is perfect. Aren't you, Doris? Aren't you, Doris? You sweet girl. Alright, well, thanks for joining us for story time. I hope you liked it. And this little girl, Bunny, is available for adoption. So you can check her out on our website, heschat.org. And if you're interested, you can fill out an online application and we will call you to set up an appointment to meet her. Alright, everyone, remember to always be kind and always love your pets and all animals.